Welcome back, everyone, to the wonderful world of offshore racing. This is the 15th annual 2003 Florida State Offshore Boat Championships coming to you from beautiful St. Cloud, Florida. Hi, everyone. This is Vince Lipari on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame video production crew. This is also the 22nd annual Spring Fling here, which includes a number of social activities and events, including the Grand Boat Parade, Bass Fishing Tournament, Arts and Crafts Show, and the Antique and Classic Car shows as well. This is the first divisional race for the APBA during the 2003 racing season. The next one will be in Fort Lauderdale, and then after that, the first national race for the APBA will be next weekend in Daytona, and Marathon will be after that. Now, this, as we said, is the first divisional race of the season. It is a two-race event. In the first race, it will include classes in the Super V Light, Factory 1, One Design, the P2 class, P3 and P5, also PV and PX. In the second race, it will be the Super Cat, the Super Cat Light, Super V, and Factory 2. Nearly 40 boats in all in this event here in St. Cloud, Florida. And on the far outside, there's BigOaksOffshore.com. Big Oaks Offshore. It's a 42-foot fountain, Meston-powered, 1,400 horsepower. John Giovanetti's the driver. John Hillen is the throttle man. They're both from Florida. John from Bartow, Florida. John Giovanetti, that is, and John Hillen from Apopka, Florida. Crew looks comfortable. This boat always runs well. Special thanks to Marty, the crew chief, BigOaksOffshore.com. John Giovanetti and John Hillen, driver and throttle man for this 42-foot fountain. Meston-powered, 1,400 horsepower. Let's go on board now. Big Oaks Offshore. Listen in.
Launch cresting. They're clear on the outside. There's our competition. Straight ahead, baby. Straight ahead, man. Don't cut him off. Just a little bit to the outside. All right, you're good. Head for the next marker. See out there to the left? Stay on it. Where? Just to the left, 11 o'clock. I don't see it. 11 o'clock. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Wait, is that it? I thought that was the marker there. I'm sorry. Where? That's the marker, right there. Right there. Where? Right there. I'm sorry, it looked like a bunch of boats around it. Well, you were heading over there. Scared the shit out of me. Come on. All right, let's go. You got the next marker? I got him now. I'm sorry, I saw the boats. See a marker? 10 o'clock.
In first place, BigOaksOffshore.com, John Giovanetti and John Hillen. First in P2 class. We're going to go with a High Energy Racing on the outside. High Energy Racing, a 27-foot activator. Gino Marone, the driver. Mark Kowalski is the throttle man. And Propco propeller there on the outside. On the inside, High Energy Racing and Propco on the outside. Gino Marone and Mark Kowalski, driver and throttle man, on board High Energy Racing, 27-foot activator. Gino from Virginia Beach, Mark from Medina, Ohio. The High Energy Racing team would like to thank Winnebago and Red Devil High Energy Drink. We have an onboard camera on board High Energy Racing. We're going to go with them at the start in a moment or two. Currently in second place in Factory 1, High Energy. Motorsports watching right now. Massimo Cavallaro, the driver, and Jeff Flowers, the throttle man, doing a fine job on board this 24-foot Rhino. Let's go on board. Sponsors for Lynch Mob. All right, we've got a green flag once again getting out of the yellow in race number 2 as it resumes. All right, everyone off to a great start after a long delay, but we are on course once again here in race number 2. Lynch Mob on the inside now. The Lynch Mob Racing Team would like to welcome Mothers Polishes, Waxes, and Cleaners as their new sponsor for the 2003 racing season. I'd like to also thank their returning sponsors for their continued support. Last but not least, they'd like to welcome Les Purcell as a new crew member of the Lynch Mob Racing Team. Lynch Mob. Miccosukee on the outside. And outside of Miccosukee, we've got Pier 57 and Harwich Concrete. Everyone else on the far outside. Lynch Mob on the inside. There's Ederay. Ederay squeegee. Miccosukee took a 4th place in St. Cloud last week. Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Sponsors include Miccosukee Indian Gaming and Marshall Painting Inc. They're your 2002 SBI Factory 2 World Champion. Harwich Concrete on the outside. Harwich Concrete, Pier 57, a 35-foot fountain, mercury-powered, 1,000 horsepower. Lou Dickey is the driver. Mike Stancombe is the throttle man. Lou from Cordova, Tennessee. Mike from Indianapolis. Chris Wickstrom, the owner of Harwich Concrete. F257. Other competitors in Factory 2 include Gecko Imported Tequila, Let's Play Racing, Snap-on Talking Tools, and Audacity. And there's Mr. Tom Newby of Powerboat Magazine, and Paul Barth, the helicopter pilot in that Hughes 500. And there's Team Fisher flipped over. There you see on the outside. We saw a little while ago, but the driver and crew member, they are okay, no problem. And because of that incident, there was a rather long delay, some 5 laps. Long delay, but now we are back on track after the second start. And we're looking at Harwich Concrete in Factory 2 with Lou Dickey and Mike Stancombe. On board, 35-foot fountain. Miccosukee on the right side. There's a helicopter in the background, our helicopter, Mr. Russell Kilpatrick, our helicopter pilot, has been with us for some 13 years. He's always done a great job for us, and it's well appreciated. Boat slowing down a bit. Montano, Flowmaster, Brianski, Airborne, how sweet it is, DeSantis, WHM, and Reliable Carriers all in the mix. And we've got a green flag now in race number 3 in this 3rd annual Daytona Harley-Davidson Offshore Grand Prix. Montana Hartman on the inside. And we got Montana, Brianski, Airborne, how sweet it is, DeSantis, WHM, and Reliable Carriers. Off to a great start, all of them. Race number 3, Super Cat and Super Cat Light. Calm waters here in Daytona Beach. All right, moving out a bit, there's Montano, Hartman, Airborne, DeSantis, and Reliable Carriers. Your early leaders right now. Going for turn number 1 in race number 3. And as we go around the turn, there's Montana, Hartman, Airborne, DeSantis on the very far outside. Reliable Carriers. There's Montana, Hartman, and DeSantis, Reliable, and Airborne with WHM Motorsports coming up quick. All right, we're going to go with Montano Hartman, a MTI. Took a first place in St. Cloud last week as your 2002 World and National Champion. Hugh Fuller is the driver. John Tomlinson, the throttle man. They're from Florida. Hugh from Clearwater, John from North Miami. This is at the start, on board. This boat rigged by TNT Custom Marine. John Tomlinson, the owner of TNT. 1,500 horsepower, Sterling powered. Montano Hartman. Freeze frame video productions, sticker on the hull there, as you can see. Number 1 in Super Cat, Montano Hartman. On board Montano Hartman rear shot. This is at the green. Just listen to those Sterling power plants. All right, there's the green now. As you can hear the motors revving up. Briowski on the left. Airborne going by, crossing the wake on the left side. On board Briowski, Jay and Robert Muller. There's Flowmaster. Oh, got real close, but no problem. Flowmaster down on the right side at the start. Briowski powered by Fluke Inboards. Jason and Robert Muller on board Briowski. Things getting a little close here between Montano and Airborne. Briowski trying to get a little bit outside now. On board DeSantis Chevrolet. DeSantis. Danny DeSantis and Charlie Hayes. 40-foot skater, Sterling powered, 1,500 horsepower. This boat took a second place in St. Cloud. How sweet it is on the right side. Reliable Carriers on the left. Airborne also on the right. All right, let's ride along now at WHM Motorsports with Bill Moffa and Pepe Lama, driver and throttle man. Powered by Mercury. It's a skater. Almost spinning out there, but under control. WHM Motorsports sounding good. There's Reliable Carriers on the right side. Crossing the way, a lot of spray there on the windshield. Bill Moffa from Issatukit, New York. Pepe Lama from San Juan, Puerto Rico. All right, back to our helicopter shot. Montano Hartman Motorsports out in front. Your leader, and right next to him is DeSantis. Then Reliable Carriers. Airborne at WHM Motorsports coming up fast. Montano in the lead. Montano Hartman. World and National Champions 2002. Montano Hartman. Montano Hartman is an MTI. It's powered by Sterling, 1,500 horsepower. Hugh Fuller is the driver. John Tomlinson is the throttle man. Hugh from Clearwater, Florida. John from North Miami. Took a first place in St. Cloud. As we said, your 2002 World and National Champion. This boat rigged and maintained by John Tomlinson, who is the throttle man and owner of TNT Custom Marine. There's Firewater with the muzzle on the outside. Firewater and the muzzle. Instigator right here on the inside. Early moments of this race. Bacardi Silver on the outside looking to the leaders. There is the muzzle and Firewater and Bacardi Silver right behind. And Shockwave right next to Firewater. There is the muzzle, your leader, the early moments of this race. Firewater right there. Bacardi Silver on the far outside, and Shockwave. There is Shockwave as well. And going on the inside, there's Instigator now looking downfield a little bit. Everyone off to a great start here at the Miami Superboat Grand Prix. Let's go on board Firewater now. This 40-foot fountain with Bob Oliver and Rich Wyatt. powered by Stotler Racing engines. The Muscle on the right side slightly ahead. Quick green flag for everyone. Firewater, 40-foot found. Other competitors in class in Super V, we've got Instigator, as we see, the Muscle, Shockwave, and the Switch. Let's listen to those Stotler Racing engines. Bob Oliver, the driver. Rich Wyatt, the throttle man. Rich from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Bob from King of Prussia, PA. On the Switch now. Looking forward. With Kurt Watkins and John Thames. Kurt the driver, John the throttle man. 39-foot Extreme. Mercury Power 2, 750 horsepower. Shockwave on the left side. Bacardi Silver. Lauren Leibel and John Tomlinson, driver and throttle man. 46-foot skate. Sterling power. 2,800 horsepower. Dave Scott, the owner of Bacardi Silver. Sponsors include Naughty Marine, Advanced Marine, TNT Custom Marine, Sterling Performance, Gator, Douglas Marine, and Herring Performance Propellers. Back to our helicopter shot. There is Firewater. Bacardi Silver on the outside. Shockwave right behind. The Muscle, your leader. And Instigator on the inside. First national race for SBI. Bacardi moving into the lead now. Bacardi Silver, #1, in first place. .46-foot skater, Sterling power, 2,800 horsepower. Lauren Leibel, the driver, John Tomlinson, the throttle man. John from North Miami, Florida. Lauren from Willowdale, Ontario. For now, the owner of Bacardi Silver, Mr. David Scott, aboard our helicopter enjoying the race and this view of his boat, Bacardi Silver. Special thanks to Mr. Lauren Leibel for helping us out in part for sponsoring this DVD of this race here in Miami. Mr. Lauren Leibel from Ontario, Canada. 13th annual Fountain Miami Superboat Grand Prix. There's Firewater coming up, a 40-foot fountain powered by Stotler Racing engines. On board, Bob Oliver, the driver, Rich Wyatt, the throttle man. Bob from King of Prussia, PA, Rich from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Firewater, your 2001 world and national champion. And currently first in class smoking around this course here in Miami Beach. A very special thanks to the sponsor of Firewater, DF Young Logistics. Also special thanks to the crew chief, and engine builder, Mr. Herb Stotler. Other crew members include Levy Santana, Carlos Terlowski, Bill Collins, Grant Brujman, Karen Abdallah, Public Relations. A great class here of these boats in Super V. In addition to Firewater, we've got Instigator, the Muscle, Shockwave, and the Switch. Number one right now, Firewater, top of the pack, right on top of the pack in Super V. Bob Oliver, Rich Wyatt. Freeze Frame Video Productions would also like to give a special thanks to the Firewater Racing Team for helping in part to sponsor this video production of this race. The Throttle Man, they're from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Switch, B99, took first place in St. Cloud, ran great in Daytona. Sponsors include Switch Beverages and Sentient Private Jet Service. Crew members, Steve Schmidt, John Krieg, and Nick Pagano. Freeze Frame Video, I'd like to thank the Switch Racing Team for helping to sponsor in part this video production here in Miami Beach, as we see the Miami Beach skyline in the background. Kurt Watkins, the driver, John Thames, the Throttle Man. Kurt also the owner of this 39-foot Extreme. Now, Steve Schmidt is the crew chief of this boat. He's also from Competitive Edge, which has done the rigging and maintenance for this boat, the Switch. And as you can see, it is really cranking around this course right now. The Switch. Super V. Let's go on board the Switch with Kurt Watkins and John Thames. On the outside, Oceans 234. And as we go upfield, there is a Fountain Rio Roses F276. On the inside, a 38-foot Fountain, Mercury-powered, 1,000 horsepower. There's a Switch on the outside going by in Super V, the Switch. But on F276 Fountain Rio Roses, we got Reggie Fountain III, the driver. Jeff Harris is the Throttle Man. He is from Greenville, North Carolina. Also, special thanks to Reggie Fountain for helping us out on this video production here in Miami Beach. By the way, Fountain will be sponsoring the Fountain Superboat Grand Prix, SBI, on August 1st in Washington, North Carolina. Other stops also include the Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix on July 4th in Sarasota, and the City Marathon Superboat Grand Prix in Marathon on June 13th. And after this one here in Miami Beach, we go to Fort Myers Beach Offshore Grand Prix on May 16th. Of course, the World Championships in November in Deerfield Beach, Florida. By the way, Reggie Fountain is aboard that helicopter right there. Floyd is the pilot, staying with that Fountain Powerboat. Fountain Rio Roses, F276. Mercury powered 2.5 EFIs. Mark House from Bealton, Virginia. Jeff Dindo from Plastown, New Hampshire. In second place in Superstock Bodyguard. Around the turn. And there is Deep V Catamarans on the outside, Deep V Catamarans on the outside, and Bodyguard on the inside. Deep V Catamarans, a 32-foot LA Marine powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Great little battle going on here between Deep V and Bodyguard. With Deep V with a little bit more acceleration. And in the lead right now. In first place is Superstock, but right behind is Bodyguard. Mark House and Jeff Dindo, driver and throttle man on board Bodyguard, staying close behind Deep V Catamarans. And as we look upfield, we see that the Deep V has extended its lead somewhat. Deep V Catamarans in first place in Superstock. As we said, it's a 32-foot LA Marine, Mercury-powered, two 2.5 EFI. Steve Quick is the driver. Lee Austin is the throttle man. Steve from Chicago, Lee from Fort Lauderdale. S12 Deep V Catamarans. Sponsor includes DiamondSource.com, one of the web's oldest direct diamond sellers. Now, the Deep V Cats boat carries on the true spirit of Offshore, the only independent team to build, sponsor, and refine their own design week after week and race after race. The newest configuration of the Deep V Cat hull carries a 50-point registered patent. Its revolutionary bottom design allows this bigger, wider, more stable platform to actually run faster than its 28 and 30-foot competition. Dock, as we see those dark clouds in the distance. And we see a heated battle here before the finish in Superstock between Barracuda and Bodyguard. Barracuda on the inside, Bodyguard on the outside. And Deep V Catamarans is in first place in Superstock. And we're going to take these guys to the finish. Great battle here between Barracuda and Bodyguard, a skater and a specter. Outlaw on the outside, Factory 2. Great battle here between these two boats. Fight for second place in Superstock. Door-to-door racing here between Spectre and a skater. Both powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Gonna fight right down to the finish. Now, we just passed the start-finish boat, but we really don't know who was in front at this point. We'll find out a little bit later. By Offshore Addiction, World Players Casino, Screaming Eagle, Winnebago on VR1 here in the early moments of race number 1. There on the outside, we got Winnebago, also VR1 Velocity, Screaming Eagle, and World Players Casino on the far outside. They are your leaders. Factory 1 start here in Marathon, Florida. Second national race of the APBA. Winnebago VR1 Screaming Eagle World Player Casino. Here's Typhoon on the inside now, coming into the shot. Typhoon, it's a kryptonite. Glenn Murray's the driver. Randy Schluss is the throttle man. Powered by one 500 horsepower Mercury inboard. World champion 2002. On the outside, there is Winnebago's an activator. Gino Marone and Mark Kowalski on board. Third place in Daytona. Everyone off to a great start in Factory 1 class. We get a little closer shot on board Typhoon Racing with Glenn Murray and Randy Schluss. F129. Winnebago on the outside. Sponsors for Winnebago include Winnebago Industries, Red Devil Energy Drink, SB Ballard Construction Company, The Finish Line, and Nike. Some of the sponsors from the Winnebago Racing team.
Once we get there, you got to give them the 50 yards. Don't worry, we got a lot of room. Got it.
Velocity VR1 on the left side.
Deck to deck with him. Kowalski's on your other side. Got it. Come on, push him out a little bit. Tighter, tighter. Stay in it, stay in it, stay in it, stay in it. Stay in it, carry the speed, buddy. Wide open. Wide open. Wide open, he's deck to deck. Deck to deck now. Let's rub, baby, let's rub him. Woo! Wide open, wide open, wide open. You got to give him room on this one here. All right, they're coming up on us. All right, they're going to cut us down. They're going to chop us down. I'm going to go off to the left, and I'm going to sweep it. All right, give me a little bit. All right, easy. All right, go wide open, buddy. We're getting the rough stuff.
In Daytona. Eddie Simmons, the owner of this boat. WorldPlayerCasino.com. Crew members include Missy Simmons, Dennis Tracy, Rod Compton, and Will Wickersham. Eddie would like to give special thanks to Internet Gambling Casinos, WorldPlayerCasino.com, and VegasInternationalPlayers.com for their sponsorship of the 2003 racing season. World Player Casino is an international online casino and sports book, fully licensed. World Player Casino takes you to a place where riches flow like water and combines this atmosphere with the modern-day excitement of many casino games, as well as a comprehensive sports book. Local sponsors include Coco Plum Resort and Racket Club and the Ocean Breeze RV Park of Marathon. WorldPlayerCasino.com, top of the pack. Coming up, Offshore Addiction, a 28-foot warlock. Scott Begovich is the driver. Al Chesley is the throttle man. They're from Florida. Third place in St. Cloud earlier in the season. Offshore Addiction. Crew members include Christina Foster, Public Relations. Also, Thomas and Alicia Chesley. John Begovich. Now, Addictive Water Sports is a guardian angel for Kids Who Wish Network, which has helped them fulfill wishes by donating boats and volunteering hours. The Kids Wish Network's mission is to help fulfill the wishes of children who are living with life-threatening illnesses. Now, the sponsors that make this team competitive include Addictive Water Sports, Midas out of Rochester, New York, ZEI, Mr. Maintenance, Kids Wish Network, South Bay Temps, and Accurate Auto Tint and Signs. There is the GNC boat, of course, offshore only. Offshore and offshore only is sponsoring in part the DVD production of this race here in Marathon, Florida. And people here are having a good time, as you can see. Boats now beginning to spread out. As we said, we're going with the Super B start. We got Spider-Man, Lynch Mob, Pier 57, Miccosukee, H&H Speed Marine, Fury, Lucas Oil, Rodriguez Group, Eterray Squeegee, Utz Castaway. Some 11 competitors in all in Super V. After turn 7, we're going to go green. After we're doing a parade lap, and we're getting ready. As we see the lineup begin. Right there we see H&H Speed Marine, Lucas Oil, Lynch Mob, and Miccosukee. And then from Miccosukee we've got Eterray, Squeegee, Spider-Man, Pier 57, Donzi, Utz, and Rodriguez Group. They're all in there. Okay, we got a green flag now in race number 3 at this Marathon Offshore Grand Prix 2003 APBA second national race. And we got Spider-Man, Utz, and Rodriguez Group going to the immediate lead. And there they are, Spider-Man, Utz, and Rodriguez Group. Race number 3. Super V start. Spider-Man, Utz, and Rodriguez Group are your leaders early in this race, right after the green. Now looking downfield, there is Eterray and Donzi. Eterray and Donzi right behind. Spider-Man, Utz, Rodriguez Group, Eterray and Donzi in the mix. Other boats coming up. We got Bad Boy, What's Up, Firewater Brioski, and we got a green flag now in this opening race of the Brick Boat Fest here in Brick, New Jersey. And it's Brioski, Firewater, Bad Boy, and What's Up, your early leaders in the early moments of this race. Firewater in the middle there, trying to make its way to the lead. Just a slight edge. There is Firewater. What's Up, Bad Boy, and Brioski in the mix as well, right behind. But Firewater taking the immediate lead. These bumpy waters here off of Brick, New Jersey. And on board Firewater, we've got Bob Oliver, he's the driver. Herb Stotler is the throttle man. Levi Santana is the navigator. The 42-footer. On the outside is Brioski. Bill Moff and Jay Muller, driver and throttle man on board Brioski. 36-foot Cobra. Brioski on the outside, and on the inside, it's Firewater, and they are rocking and rolling here in these bumpy waters. Nice job by both teams.
Not yet.
On board, What's Up?
Fucking Kurt. All right, use your spots yourself.
Ed Smith, Anthony Smith, and Kevin Day on board just a few moments ago at the green. A lot of flying going on today. lot of flying there, but no problem there in control. Let's see that again. A lot of air underneath that boat. Firewater, P2. Currently in first place in P2. Firewater also first overall. Up, of course, is the owner of WHM Motorsports, which took a second place in Marathon, Florida the other week. Just a tremendous race. Special thanks to Insera Supermarkets, Briosky, Dunkin' Donuts, and Grant Custom Rigging. All your inboard and outboard needs. The owner of Grant Custom Rigging, Mr. Grant Bridgman. Briosky in second place overall. Bill Moff and Jay Muller on board. Driver and throttle man. Freeze Frame Video would like to give a special thank you to the Briosky Racing Team for helping to transport our equipment for the 2003 racing season, in particular to Brick, New Jersey for this race. Just listen to those power plants. They're fluke inboards. Panther in P5 class. This crew's getting a workout today with these rough waters here in Brick, New Jersey. But we're going to try and get this race in as we see a slow-mo, that nice flying there by the Briosky Racing Team. On board Briosky. Just listen to those power plants. Those fluke inboards. Two 750 horsepower inboards. Pacheco, also the owner of this boat. Nice throttling there by Kurt Berger as they do some flying here off of Brick, New Jersey. Kurt Berger, of course, one of the officials of the Offshore Performance Association. Instrumental in this 2003 racing season. And of course, we're watching this offshore powerboat racing Jersey boy style. There's Gecko Tequila on the outside, also in P3 class. Battle now going on between Gecko and Bad Boy Powerboats. both in P3. Looks like Gecko making a move. Gecko now taking a slight lead. Gets Gecko and Bad Boy. One class. They went on and raced 2001 OPA and SBI, taking Northeast Divisional high points. 2002 was a somewhat disappointing season with various mechanical problems. Beautiful jump there. Let's see it one more time in slow motion. Now, 2003, they went on to take third place in Daytona Beach and third place in Marathon and continue their pursuit for first place in APBA and OPA in 2003. Special thanks to crew members Christopher and Paulette Lucarelli for their time and dedication during the season and off-season. And a very special thanks to Eddie Smith, Anthony Smith, and Kevin Poker at Smitty's Marine in Brick, New Jersey for maintaining and storing the boat, and for their continued efforts to keep Simply Awesome in the hunt for a winning season. Simply awesome. All right, there is the Delicate Sound of Thunder on the inside, Superboat on the outside. They're both in P4 class. Augie Penza and Kevin Hans on board Delicate Sound of Thunder. On board Superboat is John Cone Jr. and John Cone III. Delicate Sound of Thunder on the inside. Sponsors include A. Penza Modern Movers in Union City, New Jersey. Also Eastover Marina in Toms River. Around the turn. The Delicate Sound of Thunder on the inside was your 2002 OPA P4 Divisional High Points champion, also 2002 SBI P4 in the Northeast. Now, Augie Penza, who is the driver and owner, one of the original founders of the Jersey Boys Offshore Racing Crews and one of the board of directors of OPA, the Offshore Performance Association. All right, Penza slowing down. We're going to go with the Superboat, built on Long Island, 30-footed. Superboat built on Long Island. Mercury powered, won 525 horsepower and inboard. Father-son team, John Cone, the driver, John Cone III, the throttle man. There's Briowski on the inside, Bill Moff, and Jay Muller on board. Superboat on the outside in P4. Number one in class, Performance Sports, Superboat. Other competitors include Delicate Sound of Thunder, Typhoon, Wildcard. Panther on the outside, Panther in P5. John Starch and Nick Monaco. Nice throttling there by John Cone III. In P4, there's Wildcard, William Ross, and Lazaro Fonteca. Wildcard, they are really moving in P4. 26-foot Corsa. Sponsors include Genpro Transportation, General Transport, Major Cat Leasing, E&E, Frank's Carpet, Throttle Up Propellers, and Guardado Marine. As we take a look at Wildcard, beautiful jump by this 26-foot Corsa. A little replay, a beautiful jump. Wildcard Racing team would like to thank their friends and family for their understanding and love. And they also like to thank all the volunteers for making this race possible. And they want to wish all the teams good luck for the rest of the racing season. And a special thanks to the throttle man, Lazaro Tomato Fonteca, for a great job in this very rough condition here in this race in Brick, New Jersey. Another beautiful jump. Crew members include Eugenio Martinez and Frank Cruz. This boat is really flying. Let's see that again. A lot of air. In second place, in class, wildcard P4. This boat is staying in the air as much as it is in the water. Great flying. Wild card. Once again, there's the delicate sound of thunder with Augie Penza and Kevin Hans, driver and throttle man, in P4 class. Now, one of the owners of A. Penza Modern Movers, Union City, New Jersey, a family-owned business established in 1923. Now, Kevin Birdhans works and installs heating and air conditioning. This is Kevin's first season as a professional racer, and today is his first day in the delicate sound of thunder. Augie had hoped to give him the ride of his life, and his first checkered flag, we will see. Of course, he may be getting the ride of his life, considering the rough conditions here off of Brick, New Jersey. These guys are really working for that win today. Now, Augie Godfather Penza, one of the original founders of the Jersey Boys Offshore Racing Crews, and one of the board of directors of APBA, Offshore Performance Association. Special thanks goes to Smitty as well. Delicate sound of thunder. Beautiful jump. Let's see it again. Look at all that air. The boat and the ocean. Flying here off of Brick, New Jersey, rough waters. The rain is holding off just to get this race in. So far, so good. There's Relentless on the outside, Firewater on the inside. All right, Relentless in P1 class. Ernie Tritola is the driver. Ernie Tritola Jr. is the throttle man. Ernie Tritola, the owner of Relentless in P1. Sponsors include ADE Inc., Heating and Cooling, Lacey Car Wash, and Quick Lube and Detailing. Also, Blood Marine Services. Top Coat Paving, Top Notch Canvas, and Bandit Racing Engines, the manufacturer of the engines. It's a 32-footer skater. 2 Bandit Racing inboards. In the rookie season of 2002, this team went undefeated in P2. They are also the OPA Northeastern Divisional Champions and high points leaders for P2 in the year 2012. Other crew members include Doug Blood and Steve Martin. Now, another crew member is Justin Berge of Lanoka Harbor. I'd like to thank Kurt Berger for all of his help, and all of their family would be racing without him. Thanks to Blood Marine Services for such good services, and Lacey Car Wash for their detailing excellence, and of course, a special thanks to all of the crew and fellow racers. Nice rally there by Ernie Tritola Jr. Relentless. Papa Ernie Tritola, the driver. Beautiful jump there by the Relentless race team. Let's see it again. Hull going straight up almost. In control, no problem. What's up in P3 class? Edward Smith, the driver, or Smitty as he's known. Anthony Smith is the throttle man. Kevin Day is the navigator, but he is not on the boat right now. We're going to go with the onboard camera in just a moment, see what happened. Other competitors in P3 got Bad Boy, Fair Warning, Gecko Tequila, and of course, What's Up? We want you right now. Let's go on board What's Up now. Let's listen.
You got your line. All right. Just go easy down here. Go easy. We got 10 laps to run. I hear you. Chilling out. Oh. You all right? Yeah. You okay? What? He's out. Kevin's done. Get him off the boat. Come on, get. Pull it down, pull it down.
Kevin Day injured.
Come on, there.
They're going to get him off the boat and get some help and get some aid, but he is not going to continue this race.
Over here. What? No. Can we run if he jumps out? Yeah.
Well, Kevin Day injured there during the race, and he was put on a patrol boat. Well, he'll be brought to shore and to get some aid. What's up? Kevin Day, navigator, no longer in the race. Ed Smith and Anthony Smith continue, though, driver and throttle man. Rough waters taking their toll on Kevin Day. On board Briowski Racing now, in first place in P1. Bill Muff and Jay Muller. Nice throttling there by Jay Muller. Just listen to those power plants. Third national race for the APBA right here in Savannah, Georgia. Cast-off racing on the outside. It's a 38-foot cigarette. Dave Meters, the driver. Scott Popajewski is the throttle man. American Dream looking upfield. On board Obsession Racing Team. And on board we've got Mr. Harry Turner. He's the driver. The throttle man is Dan Dromsky. Navigator's Bob Bowman. There they are. Sponsors include Turner Inc., Bowman Builders, Obsession Marine, Green Pond Seafood, Seabrook Truck Center, and TLC Detailing. Special thanks to Linda, Harry's wife. They've been married some 32 years. Matter of fact, it's their 32nd anniversary this weekend. First in class right now, Obsession. Everyone off to a great start here in race number 2. Spider-Man in the mix as well. Pier 57 on the far outside. A battle here in Super V. Spider-Man on the inside. Spider-Man. It's Mercury powered. Todd Welling's the driver. Lance Hendrickson is the throttle man. Took first place in St. Cloud, a fourth in Daytona, and a first in Marathon. Sponsors include Douglas Marine, Mercury Racing, Metco Tools, Bronson Propellers, Option B Apparel, and Go Fast Energy Drink. There's Donzi on the outside of Spider-Man. And Utz Quality Foods right behind. Nice throttling there by Lance Hendrickson on board Spider-Man, 38-foot skater, Mercury powered. Donzi on the outside. Pier 57 and Donzi on the outside. Spider-Man on the inside. As we look upfield, there's Miccosukee Indian Gaming. And up ahead of Miccosukee is H&H Speed and Marine. Around the turn. All right, we're going to go now with Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Brett Firschman is the driver. Todd Easton is the throttle man. 38-foot fountain. Miccosukee, Vortec powered, took a fourth place in St. Cloud. And the sponsors that make this boat the competitive one that it is include Miccosukee Indian Gaming and Marshall Painting. Miccosukee took the speed run at 107.486 miles per hour. That was the top speed. Currently in second place right now in Super V. Miccosukee. Brett Firschman and Todd Easton on board. Second and third. H&H Speed and Marine in first place in Super V. There it is. H&H driver Todd Clinworth. Bob Bull is the throttle man. It's a Cigarette, took a third place in St. Cloud. Sponsors include CMS Mechanical Service, Nextech, and Metro Air. Donzi in second place now. H&H, your leader. Special thanks to Martin Offshore for dialing in this boat. Also, special thanks to crew members, including Jim Bull, Jason Esch, and Debbie Bull. There's Paul Barth, the pilot from Camera Copters Inc. He flew us yesterday in race number 1. Special thanks to Paul. Aaron Lamb, our helicopter pilot for today. H&H in first place right now in Super V. Donzie in second place. Pier 57 on the inside, Ettore Squeegee on the outside. Ettore Squeegee at 39-foot foul. And as we get a little bit closer, we can tell you that James Richardson is the driver and Dennis Segalos is the throttle man. James from Danville, California. Dennis from Newport Beach, California. Took a 5th place in Daytona, 4th in Marathon, Florida. Ettore Squeegee. Sponsors include Ettore Products, Mercury Marine, Racepack Systems, Matco Tools, Fountain Powerboats, Delson Products, Supercat Rigging, Marine Technologies, and Geographics, which is responsible for the paint job on Ettore Squeegee. Ettore top of the pack in Super V. Race number 2 here in Savannah. Savannah Offshore Grand Prix. On board Ettore, James Richardson and Dennis Segalos at the start. High noon and extreme vortex. Just listen to those Vortec inboards. very impressive run by High Noon Racing and Extreme Vortec, both powered by Vortec. Great battle between these two boats in Super V-Light. There in the distance, H&H Speed and Marine in Super V has led from the very beginning. Todd Pinworth and Bob Bull on board, driver and throttle man. H&H, number one. Powered by Vortec. Has come off, and it is the APBA boat, and there is the hatch right there. We're going to go on board the APBA squeegee boat and see what happens. There you can see the hatch moving around. Hatch, as you can see, is very loose. You can see the pressure on that hatch. It just wants to blow off. There it is, it's off. And there it goes. Hatch is off, and you can see the engine's moving around a little bit. That tells you that one of the motor mounts apparently must be broken. The headers are moving around as well. Just about everything is moving around there in that compartment. 525 Mercuries. Everything moving around in that compartment. Uh-oh, there's some smoke coming out of the engine compartment. Probably some problem there. And now APBA squeegee slowing down. Oh, APBA out of the race at this point. Here at the third APBA national race here in Savannah, Georgia. APBA squeegee out of the race. The engine compartment had a problem, as you saw just a few moments ago. The hatch blowing off. We're going to go now with Extreme Vortec. Extreme Vortec in first place in Super V-Light. Gary DeSousis and Steve Miklos, driver and throttle man on board Vortec Extreme. We're going to go with Spider-Man now. Spider-Man is a skater. Todd Welly's the driver. Lance Hendrickson, the throttle man. Todd from San Carlos, California. Lance from Huntington Beach, California. In second place in Super V. .38-foot skater built by Douglas Marine. And that is it. The end of race number 2 here in Savannah. Vortec Extreme coming out on top in Super V Light. High Noon right behind. A great battle in Super V Light. And in Super V, H&H Speed and Marine in first place. Spider-Man in second. 1 and 2 in Super V. Great racing here in race number 2. Super V Light, and Factory 2. There's H&H Speed and Marine getting the checkered flag in Super V, and Donzi in third place. You see there in the distance. Spider-Man coming in second. There's Harwich Concrete in second place in Factory 2. And there's H&H Speed and Marine in first place, and Super V dominated from the green to the checkered flag. All right, there's a crowd here in Savannah, Georgia, having watched race 2 and enjoying this July 4th weekend and this third national race for the APBA. And of course, race number 3 coming up. Great racing, highly competitive racing here in race number 2 in the Super V Light, and Factory 2. In just a moment or two, we will have the final results for you. Great weather here in Savannah as we overlook Tybee Island and the lighthouse. There's the Angel One helicopter with Mr. Jim Poplin, keeping his eye on the situation. It's a beautiful area, Tybee Island. Great place to have a race, great place to come down on vacation. All right, in Super V, we just saw them a little while ago. High Speed and Marine, H&H Speed and Marine in first place, getting the checkered flag, followed by Spider-Man and Team Donzi. H&H in first in Super V. In Super V Light class, it was Vortec Extreme and High Noon battling, but Vortec coming out on top in first, and Screamin' Nuts in third. Vortec the checkered flag in Super V Light. And in Factory 2, Snap-on Talking Tools, followed by Harwich Concrete and Team Fisher Racing Snap-on Talking Tools #1 in Factory 2. And those are your final results in race #2. Highly competitive racing, but most of all, safe racing. Now, before we go, there are a few people that we'd like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the APBA for orchestrating a fine event and a great 2003 racing season. Our helicopter pilot, Mr. Aaron Lamb from Venture Helicopters. Also a special thanks to Gary and Nancy Johnson. Our camera crew celebrating their 15 years this weekend with Freeze Frame Video Productions. So on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame Video Production crew, this is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from Savannah, Georgia. Hoping to see you at the next APBA race in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Bye, everyone.